So the new songs I hear are in the style of the old Simple Minds songs. Is that one album in particular, or are you taking styles from all the 6 albums?
I'll tell you what, we're not actually taken from any albums, we're taken from ourselves, the way that we are as people, as writers. Personally, I'm you know, you're writing books, you think things come into your head, things come into my head with music, and I hear a drum beat or whatever, any rhythm, I can hear a bass line in it. It's a bit like people see colours and stuff like that. It's not as wacky as that, but I do hear things in my head, and I prefer to hear it in my head before I actually transfer it to my fingers and play on an instrument.
So you can't say what you're hearing now sounds more like Empires and Dance or more like Sons of Fascination, or it's something completely different.
It just sounds like Simple Minds, simply because it's my bass. I think my bass playing is probably recognisable.
Yeah.
Mick McNeil's playing's recognisable. Brian as well. Brian does, you know, things with drum. It's always, I thought it was the most musical that we had as a drum. Although Mel to me is just wonderful, and he is one of the best drummers that's ever existed. But Brian does simple patterns, a bit like when I worked with Steve Jansen in Propaganda. Steve was drumming of Japan.
I know.
So he's the same. You know, he'll do something intricate, really gentle drumming. Brian's a bit more, you know, full on, but still songs like Premonition, songs like Boys from Brazil, really recognisable drum patterns, and I hear things in my head, and I can play to that all day long.
Okay. So, who are the writers of the new material? Is that you and Brian and Mick, or did anybody else have input as well?
Well, it's myself, Brian, Mick, and I've been writing lyrics for it as well, but we've introduced Eddie Began, who is writing lyrics, and we're getting melodies as well.
Okay, so he's
also part of it, and we have 2 producers come engineer they're working on it as well, and they've got something to play as well. So the first track that we're wanting to bring out, we have to hear it this week. We're going to hear it maybe Wednesday or Thursday. So.
And when do you think that is going to come out?
As soon as it's finished. We want to get finished now. Mick's away, he's at festivals up north, and he's a Highland boy, so Highland and Island. So he's up in Barra.
Okay.
And he comes back, I think he comes back tomorrow actually.
So it might come out in a month or 2?
Sooner than that.
Really?
Sooner than that, yeah.
Wow.
That'll be the first track just to put out, and then but we have got 9 tracks ready. Well, ready that we're working on, work in progress.
And
it sounds a bit like Pink Floyd meet Simple Minds at times.
Really?
There's instrumental stuff as well.
Okay.
And I'm doing the guitar on it, which is fantastic, because I was a lead guitar player to start with.
Interesting. So is this the same album as what I've heard referred to as your solo album before, or is that also a solo album?
Because what happened with that, Brian said to me, he says, just send Mick some snippets of your bass line, just give him a few bars of the bass lines that we're using, and then we'll use that. But it was songs that we'd written, not songs, but the music that we'd written when we had the meeting, the 30-year anniversary meeting with Jim, Charlie, Mick, Brian and myself, the original band, and that fell through nobody's fault. It's just the way people are nowadays. So you know, people change as they get older, but that just didn't happen. And so we said, right, so that we'll go into the studio and record, and we'll write stuff, and we did. So Brian, Mick and myself, and we just started. Brian was actually listening to he was listening to I don't like Michael Jackson and what's his name, James Brown, in his hands, and he just played, and I just played over the top of it. So I'm writing stuff. He doesn't know what I'm playing. He's listening to James Brown, and he's playing along, and I'm writing stuff on top of it. That was a couple of tracks were written like that. Okay. So it's a strange way of doing it, but it was really good. So no, that part of the album is from that period, but also brand new stuff as well. Okay. And is Eddie singing on everything? Because before you said you had this sort of wish list of singers that you might want to use. We were going to do that. We were going to get John Fox from Ultravox, the original singer. We're going to ask David Sylvian. We're going to ask other people, but at this point, no. XSM have got Eddie, who's a great singer anyway, and we have got Anna.
Yeah.
Anna van der Heide.
And is she going to do the same oohs and ahs that she's doing now, or does she have actual lyrics and actual...
She's got lyrics. There is one song, this first song in particular, it was recorded with Eddie singing the whole thing, and big chorus, and Anna was doing the chorus with him, and then also Anna was singing the whole thing as the lead singer, and it's been left to the engineers, the producer guys that we've got in Glasgow.
Yeah.
Who we left it, said, right, we'll make it fair, we'll give them Anna's version, we'll give them Eddie's version. Eddie's brilliant. I managed Eddie when he was 21 anyway, so I know how good Eddie is. And Anna has got a unique voice. I mean, she's in her 60s, she's got Dusty Springfield, Sandy Shaw.
I know.
Looks fabulous. She's the whole bit. Eddie looks good as well, and as a great singer. So it's a tough choice. What do we go for XSM? Do we go with Eddie's vocal, which I'm sure
duets maybe?
Aye, I think so. I think it's going to be a mixture of both. Could be almost like a Fleetwood Mac vibe, without sounding like Fleetwood Mac. You know what I mean? That
okay.
Vocal thing. Or it could be two individual records where we've got Anna singing one, Eddie singing one, and maybe possibly one where it's both.
Interesting.
Cast your net wide. Cast your net wide.
So you said lyrics. You've been writing lyrics. So how was that? Because before, all the songs that you're playing now, it's Jim Kerr's lyrics, really.
Jim's lyrics, yeah. But I remember I used to sit with Jim. Jim would have great conversations, a lot of fun, a lot of laughs. And in Jim's lyrics, I would see things that we were talking about. Today I Died Again, in particular.
Yeah.
I was a big Monty Python fan, and there was a sketch from Monty Python that was like, the suit he wears dates back to 1956 and whatever it was, and I said, the suit he wears dates back to the war. That's what Jim put in, and it was from Monty Python.
Okay, I never knew.
The suit he wears dates back to the war, and that's what it was a conversation, and I could hear things conversations that I'd overheard with him, or we'd all been together and I'd see it in his lyrics. So no, I did it for propaganda. I wrote lyrics for propaganda in the second album, along with Betsy Miller. So
will Mick be playing live with you as well, or will he just be doing the studio?
Nice. Mick said to me, I asked him that question. I asked Mick that question. He says, if we have a top 20 hit, I'll come and play live. So.
Well,
we need people to buy it.
I'll buy 25 copies at least.
Get everybody to buy 25 copies, we'll get Mick back out.
Okay, I'll do it.
That's what he said, that's quote unquote. Mick says, if you get a hit with this, I'll come and play. So, and that doesn't exclude Andy, by the way. Andy
no, of course not.
Our keyboard player, he's there for the long haul.
And he's good.
He's brilliant. We were playing, you missed it today, I'm sorry you missed it. We were playing Big Sleep, we were playing Hunter the Hunted. Can't remember what else. 70 Cities, as Love Brings the Fall, we're playing that as well. So that's the kind of things you've got to look forward to. September, we always said it was going to be September, we're going to change the whole set, and I said tonight it's going to change. Next week we will introduce something because we've got rehearsals.
Alice is coming next week. She's gonna.
She'll
bloody hell.
I know.
I'm jealous already.
Up on the catwalk and stuff like that. And, King is waiting in the crowd and all that kind of stuff. You know, real good, dark. This fear of God's. You know what I mean?
Can I still buy a ticket to Glasgow? I need to go as well. So last question, will this album be released as X Simple Minds or XSM or whatever? Because it's not so much Simple Minds now, it's just sort of new Simple Minds, not X, but...
I know, so we'll just call it XSM. I think people know that. Why change the name so much? It's going to sound, people are going to go, who's that? Oh, was that X Simple Minds? Was that, you know... But
is the name X Simple Minds going to be somewhere as well, or is it just going to be XSM?
Probably only as a point of, you know, contact, as in a, you know, website or a Facebook or whatever, xsimpleminds.com.
Okay.
That'd probably be on there somewhere, but XSM I think is as a brand.
Okay.
Exism, let's call it Exism. No.
Almost exorcism, yeah.
Exorcism, exercising your demons.
So I'm a 20th Century Girl. Is it coming out on a CD or just as a download album?
I think we'll do it. They're talking about vinyl as well, these guys.
Wow.
Which would be good as well. I mean, vinyl is great.
Yeah.
Especially Ziggy Stardust. because you can bend that all.
Yeah,
wear it as a hat.
Okay.
So, come in ashtray format, as we used to say. You can melt it into an ashtray.
I think this is